let's just keep going. So we can just do main.js here, and then we can go to that file. So now we are inside main.js. So the first thing we want to do is query this API. Now I'm going to put this all in DOM content loaded. You should already know why you have to do that, but essentially document that add event listener. We want to wait for the DOM content to load before we do anything really. And then here I'm going to say function. Okay, I'm going to change this to 2 spaces because I hate 4 spaces. Okay. So first thing is that we need just to do a quick test of this. Let's just do a quick fetch, and we give it this URL. This is like now maybe that's better. So numbersapi.com / and then the number, just to test it out, let's give it some random number, and then the type, let's say trivia. So this is, I guess we could just use then dot then. Let's not then like this, and then we give it a function, and we get the response. And we do return response.json. If you know arrow functions, it would be much easier to do it with arrow functions. But I'm writing this for those who have not used arrow functions before. So then, oh, actually, no, this is not JSON. So this is, what would be the function to use if it was plain text? I guess it's just text. So function here, we get response text, let's say. And I'm just going to console log it for now. Console.log. Trivia. Okay, so let's test that out. Now is this running still? I'm not really sure. Yeah, no, it's not running anymore. Let's start it again. Okay, so now it's running. We open this. Okay, we can see that this number, this is the result. That's great. So now we go to the next step, and we actually want to do it a little differently. We want to read the inputs. So where do we have this? We have it in here. Well, first we want to do this on submit, so or on the button click. If I were writing this code, I would make this a form and do buttons on submit. That would be better. Maybe let's just do that. Let's put a form here. I just hope this doesn't break the styling. I don't know whoever wrote this, however you wrote it. So, okay, so let's do it like this. Oh, looks like it didn't break the styling. Okay, so we've got the form here, and then let's just give it an ID. Symbol called search form. So here I can do document, query selector, and then what's it called? Search dash form. So that's my search form. And then we could do search form dot on add event listener, submit, and then function event, and event dot present default. You should all know this already. And then we want to move our fetch inside here. Before I do more, I'm just going to stop here and see if it actually works. Okay, add event listener of null. So it's like search form is null. Search dash one, did I misspell it or something? Search dash. Well, to explain this correct. Ah. Oh, maybe I didn't save. No, I did save. Let's do this. Document query select. Oops. Query selector. search form. Yeah, that gives us nothing. Why? Let's go to elements. And we have here. Oh, it doesn't have the ID. Why is that? Wait, is this the same form? No, this is the. Oh, okay. There already is a form there. Nope, not that's. Wait, this is really weird. For some reason. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, there already is a form, and I should be using that. Let's go here. I'm going to delete my form. That is my dot. Okay, so now this form has the ID search form. So go to the console. Okay, there we go. This is working together now. And the error is gone, so that's good. Okay, so now we should, what would happen is that when we click this, why is that? Why are we doing that? Okay, so it looks like when we're submitting, what about when we submit here? Still not happening. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, because I was not logging, it was just taking some time. Yeah, you can see now they're all counted. Okay, so it looks like it's working. Now, instead of 42, I want to use like this. So instead of 42, I want to put number, and number will have to come from const number equals same document dot clear selector, and we'll have to find our number input. So this one, it's called search, and dot value essentially. I'm gonna move this into column number input. So I'm gonna do that here, number input. So that's it's all my nodes are together. Okay, so number input dot value, and then that's the number now. So it's a little better. Let's try to put in like 55, for example. To make sure that it's working, we can look at this one here. Let me clear this up. Okay, so it looks like when I press this button, it's not doing anything, but when I press enter in here, that's when it's actually making the request. So we have to fix that. The button, we need to make it type submit. We just do like this. Okay, so now we can see it's made the request and it's /55, and the response. Okay, let's just refresh. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter 45. Oh, I pressed enter. If I click this button, it also works. Okay, so this works. This is perfect. Let's keep going then. So this is our fetch. Now, what else do we need to do? We need to actually display this instead of console logging it. We have a placeholder where we can put it in. Doesn't look like it, so I'm just going to put it in here instead of an H1. I'm going to give it ID answer. And it's going to be empty to start out. Now, instead of console logging, I'm going to do documents, query selector. What do we call it again? We call it answer. Answer dot inner text, and then we'll say what? We called it response text, right? So now we refresh this thing, and we put in 123. There we go. 123 is a medical emergency telephone number in Egypt. That's pretty nice. I had no idea. Okay, let's keep going then. So first, I'm not going to do the styling. I'll leave that out for now. I think that's boring for you. The other thing, though, that I would like to do is, what else do we need to do? Oh, we need to take this. So let's read the value inside the select. So right now it's always trivia. Now it's going to have to be something else. What should we call it? Type. Now before that, I would also like to move this out. Do a separate one. Answer. Second answer. Answer. I guess. Just trying to think of a good name for this. I guess answer node would work. And we can just paste what we copied. Then here answer node. Okay, so the other thing that we want to do is the type. So how do we get the type? We do const type equals type input dot value. Give me 1 second. Oops. Okay, so yeah, so now we want to get a type. So let's go back in here and find our select. Let's give it ID equals type select or type input, let's say. Cool. So we want to read. Whoops. We want to read this. So const type input equals document query selector type input. No, not that. Type input. That should really be all. But now, if we look at the options, they don't really have values. So we need to give them values. And the value will have to be like this, trivia. Let's just do them all first. And then let's change them one by one. So this would be math, this would be date, and this would be year. Now, I'm just going to do a console log, or actually I don't need to. Okay, so let's just go ahead and test this out. So in order to do that, we need to change the type to trivia. Let's change it to year, for example. Let's say 1992. Okay, it failed. Huh. What is it? Access to fetch from this origin has been blocked by course policy. That is weird. Huh, that is really weird because it shouldn't do that, I assume. Let's see. What if we just open this and I know, I'm guessing it's something else actually. What if we change it back to trivia? And just make sure I read this correctly, right? Number slash type. Now this is, looks like their API is, oh, there we go. 1992 is a boring number. Yeah, okay, so it's their API, it's not my fault. Yeah, it's definitely their API. They're not sending the right headers back. Oh, now it works. Yeah, okay, I guess their server is just not very reliable. Sometimes it goes down. But it works. So now if we can change it back to math, I don't really know what this does. 1992 is an unremarkable number. Let's say, for example, number 7. I would assume that's a pretty remarkable one in math. Yeah, it's the lowest number that cannot be represented as the sum of the squares of 3 integers. That's cool. Okay, so now the only one left is random. And for that, I'm going to do it a little bit simply. So if I put nothing here, what will happen? Let's check that. I assume there'll be a failure. Maybe it'll keep pending. Don't wait. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that if you don't provide a number, I'm just going to, yeah, see, you get an error. You get a 404. So I'm going to say if you don't provide a number, instead I will just put random here. So I'm going to say random number or random. That's one way to do it. Or I don't really like putting it in here, so I'm going to put it in here instead. Let's see how that works. So now I put nothing. I'm just going to put here. So you can see the request is now to/random instead. 188 is the rank of Tonga in world population. Nice. I think that's it. I think that covers the whole thing. Now, if you want to, you can leave here, or if you'd like to stay, I'm just going to style this because this is bothering me. Let's see why it's appearing down right next to it. I'm guessing that this guy has display, like, what is this using? Is it using flex blocks or what? Oh, maybe this guy. That's interesting. Yeah, that's why is this? I'm not the best when it comes to CSS. What is the display of this guy? This is display block. Huh. This is display block. Oh, this is display flex. Okay, so we just need to change this guy to be flex direction. Well, there we go. That's it. And now, okay. So what was the class name for that? S003. Let's go into our CSS main. S003. Flex direction column. Okay, that was good. So now if you press this again, okay, we got 1789 is the year that Joseph II, whoever, whatever. And then let's just try a random date one. Yeah, and then let's try something bad. So like if you give it this guy. I imagine this, yeah, that works. What if we try like invalid inputs like this? Again, I'm doing extra here, so you don't have to stick around, but to show you the thinking process. So you need to think about all possible inputs if you want to make your application really good. So, and this is one possible input, and you can see we get this. This is bad. We don't want to show the user cannot get, like, if the user sees this, they will be like, what's going on? So instead, I'm going to change this to be an error instead. So let's go back to the ends or JavaScript. And I'm going to say in here, okay, so response, I believe there's a response.status. Oh, there's a response.OK. Yeah, so we can say if response is not OK, what we want to do instead is do, if response is not OK, we want to do this instead. And then also answer no dot class list dot add maybe let's say danger, and then let's go add in our CSS zero danger class. No, let's add one. Wait, is this? Oh yeah, let's go above the media. Okay, so let's go here and say danger, and that just makes the color red. And so now we're adding a danger color if there's an error. Now, respectively, we need to add also remove the danger color. So remove the danger color if it's when we first make the next request, because if we don't remove the danger, let's see what happens if we don't do this. So let's go ahead and put in some incorrect value like we said before. Again, we also, it would be nice to show loading because right now we don't see loading. I don't know what's going on. So it would be nice to add loading. Let's just do that really quickly. So answer node dot inner text equals loading. So this is when we first submit the form, we want to show loading. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, this has to be invalid. Okay, you see loading. Oh, and then I forgot. No, why am I showing the response text here? That doesn't make sense. We want to show here instead error. I don't know. And then maybe we can put the error code here. Response.status. Oh, maybe let's put the status text instead. Which will say, for example, not found, or yeah, I think that's good enough. I mean, if you were doing this for real, you probably don't want to just put the status text. You want to put your own message instead. But for the sake of this, we'll go with that. This API is really slow, by the way. Or maybe, yeah, okay. So now we're getting this. Huh, I thought I changed it. Oh, yeah, so you can see, that's right. Even though I changed it here, I'm still, the code is still like gonna continue and then come here and then come here. And in the end, this is the one that's gonna persist. So I don't want this to run if this fails. Okay, so because of promises, if we just return here, that's not going to work. So because what happens if we just return here, what happens is that it will continue to here. It will skip this line, but it will come to this line. So maybe instead of doing the inner text here, I can just do return this text. So I'll just return this text. And then when I return this text, it will instead do this. It will do the inner text on here. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Now I'm just going to change this as well. Instead of response text, I'm going to make it say answer, because it could be error or it could be not error. Okay, so let's try that now. What was it? So we just put some random numbers and stuff. Okay, not found. Beautiful. This is much better. Now, if we actually go back and put in a valid one, loading is red, answer is red, and this is why I said we had to do this. So whenever we do another submit, we want to remove the danger class. So let's do this again. First, it's black. It's going to take forever. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, red, not found. Now, if I put in a valid one, 554, now it goes back black. Beautiful, really good. Okay, so I think from the user's perspective, our code is pretty good. We're covering all of our cases. We're covering errors. We're covering invalid input. Oh, maybe let's just do one more. You know, the user can input. Yeah, never mind, because what I was thinking is that we could make this, add some validation here. So we could add, we could say, can't remember how you do this, but HTML inputs validation. You could do, yeah, okay. You could do a pattern validation. So maybe let's do that. If you're a fan of regex, so I'm gonna go and find the regex that works. There's this website called Regex 101. It validates your regex, so you can test it in front of you. Now, if you don't know regex, you'll get confused here, but if you do, then you can follow along. But essentially, regex allows you to match against the pattern. So I want to allow anything that has numbers and dashes or slashes. So this kind of string is allowed. I really shouldn't allow consecutive slashes, but that's fine for now. Let's keep it simple. So to do a digit, there's a /d, and so let's do it this way. This way is a little easier. So 1 to 9. So now we're allowing any 1 to 9, and we want to also allow slashes. Now slash is not accepted by itself. We have to escape it, so we do it like this. So this is good. This is fine. So let's go with this pattern then. Let's try it out. How do you do pattern? Let's see. I'm not familiar with this. Now I know on JavaScript input, and let's say. Okay, so it's just like that too. Okay, so if I come here to my HTML, I can add to this guy some pattern, and I can paste what I copied. Okay, so a pattern is this, yeah. So let's test it out. Okay, if these work. Oh, now the clock is working. Okay, so this is not working at all. Did I do something wrong? I don't see that I have. Also, this is wrong. Let's just get it. Huh? Why didn't it work? So it looks like pattern is doing like this. Let's try this one. So this one is allowing what? The pattern is A to Z and 3 of them. Oh, okay. So it does allow you to type it, but then it says doesn't match. Okay, I see. So if I put in invalid numbers, yeah, it just says please match the requested format. Well, that's awesome. I mean, I'm joking. This is bad. Why does it say please match the requested format without explaining what the format is? So this is, I mean, I'll leave this to you. This is going too far here, but it would be nice in this case to add a hint saying what the format should be, saying that the format has to be number dash something like that, but it can't be something else. So that the user, if they put like, I don't know, this is valid. They might think math, you could put something like this, but something like this doesn't work. So yeah, if I were to do this for real, I would put in here something like small and say, please enter a number that is between a number. Note that you can a number or date. And I'll say use slash for the as your separator. Example 1992/12. Like that. I won't style this for sure. I'll leave this one to you. And I think that's it in terms of code. We're doing validation. We're doing if we really want to go extra, we could do more validation in JavaScript just to be extra cautious. But honestly, I don't think it's absolutely necessary. But if you really wanted to, you could. Okay, now that we're done with this, I would like to clean up the code a little.